Sunday, this was in Burlington, Vermont. 3 Palestinian college students were just walking down the street. They were speaking Arabic, heading to a family dinner, when out of the blue, this 48-year-old man whipped out a gun and shot all of them.
Yeah.
2 had shots to their abdomens. The other was shot in the leg. So far, the charges against this guy are 3 counts of second-degree attempted murder. He was in court yesterday, pleaded not guilty. Officials are saying it might be a hate crime, so now the feds are investigating the case.
You should have heard some of the people talking about this. This is the definition of a hate crime.
If that's not a hate crime,
then what is?
But some of the other stuff that this goes back to, I forget what we were talking about recently, but I'm like, this is exactly what this is. Oh, I know what we're talking about. We're talking about the those kids that, like the group of kids, black kids who beat up that one white kid in Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Over headphones, right?
Over headphones, whatever that was.
Couple things.
Beat him to death.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we're not sure. Like, if that's not, I mean, if it was the other way around, group of white kids, and they beat up and killed a black kid, that would instantly be labeled a hate crime. This makes clear sense that this is a hate crime.
The fact that they're investigating it.
Like, they're walking down the street. They're speaking Arabic. They had like
they had the scarves.
I forget the name of the scarf.
I forget what they're called.
It's
it's pretty obvious.
It's a Palestinian whatever traditional scarf.
Mm-hmm.
Forget what it's called. Apologies, but yeah. What do you mean? Might be. It's like when that guy shot up all the places in Maine, right? They go the alleged shooter. They had a picture of him with the gun standing in the lobby of the bowling alley. What do you mean alleged?
Guy.
I'm pretty sure he's a shooter.
Yeah, that is the guy.
Right. The suspect.
This is the guy.
Alleged.
Yeah, the alleged shooter. No, that's definitely the guy.
No, he's got a gun and he's shooting.
It's on video.
Yeah.
Exactly.
God.
Stephen Colbert canceled The Late Show this week, and it's because he's got something in common with Ravy.
Saw
Cancel it
this.
permanently.
Yeah, recovering from surgery from a ruptured appendix.
At least mine didn't rupture. That's got to be so much more painful because now poison is pouring out into your body.
Yeah.
He posted that he was grateful to his doctors and that going forward, all emails to his appendix will be handled by his pancreas.
Big comedy. Big comedy.
Nice.
More proof he's not funny.
What was yours if it wasn't ruptured? Just inflamed?
It was inflamed, and it was
very hurty.
like your appendix is the size of your pinky.
Uh-huh.
And so when it gets inflamed, it was more like almost the size of a hot dog.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So,
That's insane.
but the pain was like nothing I'd ever felt before.
I wonder what
Is
causes
it sharp?
that.
Is it?
Super sharp, just incapacitating. I live half a mile from the hospital
Yeah.
and knew that I couldn't even drive there. I had to
Right.
call an ambulance for a half-mile ride,
I believe it.
Yeah.
you know?
I wonder what makes it inflame.
It's full of duty, right?
And no,
what
that's
happened.
just
That's
kind
what
of,
I heard.
it's just a mystery. Why?
Really?
Because your appendix doesn't do anything.
Right.
The only time you're aware of it
But
is when it goes bad.
Man, how would duty get in there?
Right.
I don't know, but that's what I always heard.
It has nothing
how
to
is
do
that
with...
duty gets up in the appendix.
Don't take that playground and stuff as... They don't know why.
That's what
it
I
gets
heard my
in-
whole life.
So weird.
By idiots.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
You guys know what killed Mr. Rogers, right? He had Bon Jovi's semen in his stomach.
That's right.
Right. And duty in his
And-
appendix.
And tattoo sleeves.
They had to pump his stomach.
Yeah.
I have a friend who was snowboarding and he fell and landed on his own fist right at about chest height. And he was feeling woozy for a while. And then about half an hour later, he was on the brink of passing out. He had punched his own appendix and it ruptured. And they
Wow.
said, like, wow, you were pretty close to death because you didn't even
because
know.
that's what you say.
Damn.
If it ruptures, it's poisoning
Yeah,
yourself.
it's nuts. Also, the family of disgraced former cop Derek Chauvin says they are still completely in the dark about his stabbing in prison. They don't know how it happened, who did it, or what led up to it.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are willing to talk about that.
Yeah, what they do know,
Spill all the details.
after a prison official called Derek Chauvin's dad, is that he's in stable condition and that they were all told that the family lawyer says the whole situation is just frustrating. They're all still getting their updates not from the prison, but from watching the news like everybody else.
I'm sure the prison doesn't want to say anything because he was probably around some people that he wasn't supposed to be around.
And that's what the lawyer says. They're blaming the prison because they said that Derek Chauvin shouldn't have been stabbed in the first place since he's a high-profile prisoner. Should have been kept away from others.
My favorite comment that we got on the text when we first covered the story about him getting stabbed, somebody said, okay, but is the knife okay?
Kidding. How's the knife?
Yeah, all right, that's fine. But is the knife okay?
Hey, let us know about the knife. If you follow basketball closely, maybe you've heard of Josh Giddey. He's a guard for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 21 years old. He's from Australia, by the way.
Oh,
How's
how's
his
his
Well,
part
not very
good?
well right now.
Yeah, not good now. He's got this $40 million sponsorship deal with the cereal called Wheat Bix, and he might lose that endorsement because there are allegations that he had an inappropriate relationship with an underage girl.
Oh.
But that's all it is so far, just allegations. Giddy, no comment. Head coach of the Thunder, no comment.
Yeah, who was asked in a press conference about it.
Yeah, he said no comment, and that's all I will say.
I'm like,
And-
I would say straight up, like, in that moment, it's not true.
Everybody says that though. What purpose does that serve?
But why would you say no comment?
Well, Josh Giddey, I think, said more. He said, I understand your questions, and I understand you want clarification.
Because you're
but-
told to shut up.
Yeah, but I'm not going to say any more than that. The coach of the Thunder, he was the one that just said, no comment, and that's all I will say.
Even
If you ask continuously.
I don't know.
the
Every
people-
time a company tells you to, like, shut up, don't say anything.
It's not a company,
blah, blah.
it's a lawyer.
No, a lawyer, whatever. You always end up getting fired and losing everything anyways. And if you're truly innocent, you should just say something.
Well, I kind of feel what was I saying? I heard that quote that I really liked. Lies take the elevator. The truth takes the stairs. So if
Yeah.
you really believe that you are innocent, there's no purpose in rushing out there, like because you
You
will
gotta
be
let the investigation play out.
you will be allowed an opportunity to speak for yourself and to have everything prepared so you can go boom, boom, boom. There's been a number of times people go, oh yeah, really? And they have all the receipts. And they eventually just go boop, boop, boop after everything kind of gets worked out.
In the court of public opinion, when you have $40 million on the line, like all that stuff ends up going away. And then you find out a year later that you are innocent.
Right.
It sucks.
If people find out at all.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
part that sucks. I don't know if speaking out immediately helps you at all.
And he's a young guy too. He's only
He's
21.
really young.
So
Look at that punt god kid.
right.
You know, the kid they called punt god?
Yeah.
Sure.
Like that turned out to all be garbage. The guy's still not on an NFL team.
No, because he's still involved in a civil suit. That's still going.
Yeah. But even though they proved or whatever, right? That,
But I mean, this dude, 21-year-old guy, involved with a minor, he could have been like 18 or 19, and this person
Right.
was 17.
17.
right.
Like that's the stuff you don't know.
But that's the kind of stuff that will come out. I mean,
Right.
either
That's
way,
why
you've
you don't
lost.
say
Yeah.
anything.
Either way,
like
you've lost.
Weet-Bix is going away.
Yeah, you getting out there right away and going, I didn't do it, is not going to save your Wheat Bix deal.
Yeah, Weet-Bix is over. Right.
What is Wheat? Is that kind of sounds like
Never
shredded
heard
wheat?
of it.
It's on a,
It's
Some Australian
some
thing.
Australian cereal.
Yeah, is that their frosted mini wheats of Australia?
I think
Wheat
it's
Bix.
our Wheaties because they have all sorts of
Wheat Bix.
athletes who endorse them.
That makes sense.
Wheat Bix, yeah. And then Merriam-Webster, the dictionary people, they throw awesome parties, by the way.
Right.
They have been
Ragers.
They just announced the word of the year for 2023. This is so out of left field. It's authentic. That's the word of the year, authentic.
Yeah. Why?
They say that lookups of the word authentic are way up. That
At a time where AI is dominating everything,
right.
authentic is the word.
well, so
It's the
maybe that's
opposite.
why people are looking it up.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the argument that 2023, this is a year of crisis of authenticity.
Yeah.
And we
I get
value authentic things and
I get that,
authentic
okay.
people more and more.
Yeah.
But it's
But I don't think people are looking it up.
exactly, and that's the issue I have. It's
Oh, maybe it's not that people are looking it up. Maybe it's just a word that fits the year the most. Is that what do they say is the criteria for word of the year?
lookups, gets used a lot, is in pop culture a lot, and that's why I think this shouldn't be the word of the year. Even if we have a need for authenticity, it doesn't make it the word of the year.
Bruh.
Like
Yeah.
exactly.
In your house.
So some of the runners up this year, EGOT, when you win an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and a
EGOT.
Tony.
That is older. It's dirt.
Exactly. Riz, that's a
Okay, that's one of the
I hear
slang terms we're
Riz
talking about.
more
Riz
than
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
by the way, my son last night used one that I hadn't heard yet. What the bruh?
What the
bruh? What the bruh?
What the hell?
So now bruh's making it into other, like in place
What
of other
the
words.
bruh? Oh God.
What the bruh?
Oh, bruh.
What the bruh? Like my wife made dinner last night. He goes, "What the bruh is this?"
Oh, what was it?
It was like some chicken and like orzo thing.
What the
What
bruh?
the?
What the?
I don't know if I
bruh
ever
is
said that to my mother
I
about
know.
dinner. I'm like, what is this?
I never use slang around my parents.
No.
Yeah. I still don't even swear in front of my parents.
Me neither. Another runner-up, kibbutz.
Okay.
Because of so
yeah.
much.
See, I
Israel
can see
and
a
it is.
lot of people
Yeah.
looking that up.
That
I
makes
looked
sense.
it up because
I
I
looked
didn't
it up,
know
too.
what that meant. Yep.
Implosion because the sub that imploded on the way to the Titanic.
Okay, yeah.
Dead name.
Okay.
Although that seems like that was kind of
That's
a
a couple
thing
of years ago,
A couple
yeah.
years ago. And then because of King Charles, Coronation was a runner-up for
Okay.
Word of the Year. But this year it's Authentic. And I don't hear
Okay, all right.
I can't imagine having to look that up, but
Well,
that's the Word of the Year, and that's what's happening, Wood.
On that basketball player story, this is the example I was looking for too. The Trevor Bauer story, the pitcher for the
yeah,
LA
that's a
Dodgers.
better example.
Yeah.
2 years later, the truth finally came out.
That it was consensual.
But it's
Yeah.
still all over.
Right, and does it
But
help
he's,
him?
playing baseball in Japan, and is he going to land back in MLB?
Yeah,
I
probably
doubt
not.
it.
Yeah.
Probably not. That's why I argued that anybody who makes up an allegation like that, we'll use the Trevor Bauer thing. This woman makes up this allegation. Yeah, whatever the crime would be, like if it was true, you should have to do the sentence for. So, like if you say that somebody raped you, for example, and it turns out not to be true, and it's proven not to be true, whatever that person would have gotten in a sentence for committing that crime, you should have to serve. So think twice, before you go making up allegations on people
100%.
like that. Because it sucks, man. People lives ruined no matter whether it's true or not.
Sure.
Blows.
But then on the opposite end of that,
I don't know who this basketball player is. He could be guilty of sin. I have no idea.
Me neither.
I have no idea.
But then on the opposite end of that, I hate it when documentaries or the news or somebody says, well, this killer behind bars has maintained his innocence for 28 years. Okay, so he's sticking with the lie.
Yeah. It's like in Shawshank. Hey, man, what you in for? Didn't do it.
Right.
Lawyer.
Yeah. Like maintaining your innocence means nothing.
Yeah.
All right, more Woody shows next.
The Woody Show will be right back.